Well, that was silly. I've just recorded this entire video and forgot to click the start record button, so we're going to have to do it again. What an idiot. Anyway, hello guys, it is Scott from Baker Fitness, and I am basically recording a video for the second time, and this is me doing insanity while having COVID symptoms. Now, I'm on my 9th day since testing positive. I've had a week of absolutely feeling like shit. Do you know, it ruined me. I couldn't barely get out of bed. Basically, the flu, tonsillitis, mixed into one, along with like a load of aching and everything in sort of muscles and joints and everything. And it's been bad. But during that time, I've still been eating well, and I've still been, I say eating well, I've still been eating a lot. So I feel like I've put on quite a bit of weight from how I was prior to the lockdown in the UK and the gyms closing, because I was making some very good progress. I was bulking, but I wasn't putting on that much fat, and then all of a sudden, gyms closed, I get COVID, and I feel I've ballooned a bit. So I was like, I need to drag my ass up, I need to do insanity. Started it yesterday, doing the fit test. I'll post the results somewhere, probably on Instagram, just to show you sort of how I got on with them, because I didn't record the video. And then today I thought, do you know what? We're gonna continue on with it. It's Tuesday, which means that on week 1 of Insanity, that's plyometrics, our plyometric cardio circuit. So, without further ado, here's how I got on. I'm going to explain how I felt during it. I explain it quite a bit in the video anyway, but you know, I'm gonna explain it a bit more. So here we go. So I'm quite optimistic at this point, thinking, oh, it's okay. But then as soon as I start jogging,
because I've got like film on the windows.
yeah. As soon as I
see myself, so I can see my form a little bit better.
Yeah, as soon as I start jogging, I can feel sort of the sick feeling that you get when you've got flu. I can feel it in my chest. I can feel it coming up to my throat. My throat gets quite sore.
I feel my cup in full.
I explained it there. I forgot I explained it there.
So recovering from the COVID.
Yeah. So jumping jacks came in. You'll be able to hear my feet are thudding on the floor a bit. Usually I'm quite light-footed, quite light on my feet, and this is quite flat-footed really for me. Jumping up and down almost felt like I had sort of, you know when you get phlegm inside of you? I felt sort of phlegm almost jumping up and down, but I thought, do you know what, I'll push through it. I can get through it. If I can get through the warm-up, my mentality was, if I can get through the warm-up, I can get through the entire workout. And I'll feel a lot better after I've done it.
Never been good at this one.
This is earlier on today as well. I'm still like kind of recovering a little bit. I can speak now, whereas at the end of this video I'm struggling to kind of speak. I got into the house and I was shaking, and I had to get a bath to kind of settle myself down really. The Heismans are difficult anyway. They've always been difficult, but you know, I'm bringing anything that in this video, you'll notice anything that required me to bring my knee up to my kind of hip, I struggled with. Like my knee just didn't want to do it. My hip didn't want to let it bring it up. Like there was an ache there, which is similar to the aches that I had during having the COVID virus in full fledged. No, I always feel like the butt kicks, the heel kicks are a bit of a rest in the warm-up, even though you're still going. They're a lot easier than the rest of the warm-up, I feel, other than sort of just the jogging on the spot, which is, you know, the first exercise. These are a welcomed break after the Heisman and the moving Heisman. It's you'll see in a second when I start to do the high knees. Trying to get the knees up. My knees are coming up, but they're not. The kind of fluidness that I normally have just isn't there. Like my legs are so lethargic, it's unbelievable. So the mummy kicks are the easiest part of the. Well, yeah, these are I just said that the heel flicks were, but no, the mummy kicks, I forgot about these. The mummy kicks are the easiest part of the warm up, quite considerably, really. All you're doing is sort of kicking your feet out in front of you. It's nice to sort of end on these in the warm up. But yeah, like I'm already slowing down really, which obviously isn't great because the first bit of the warm-up's like meant to do slow. I'm already slowing down from a slow point. Oh yeah, there's no point in watching the second part of the warm-up, it's just the same but a little bit quicker. You can hear me heavy breathing a little bit, so we'll skip on. So at this point I'm struggling, but in my head, my mentality, I'm going, if I can get through the warm-up, I can get through the rest of the workout. If I can get through this, I can do the rest. This is just constant. This is constant. Must be about 9 minutes, the warm-up. 9 minutes all the way through, no break. Whereas the actual circuits are 3 minutes, 30-second break, 3 minutes, 30-second break, 3 minutes, 30-second break, and you do that twice. Hyping myself up. Had to hype myself up in this. There we go. Jumping jacks. Fast jumping jacks. I'm doing it. I'm heavy breathing, having to sort of make noises just to get the air out of my lungs. Again, trying to make noises just to hype myself up, to keep myself going through. As I said, mentality-wise, if I can do this, I can do the workout. There's no quitting.
Come on. Come on.
Now, I can usually do this a lot faster, but again, bringing that knee up to my waist, just my body just didn't like it. So we got onto the stretch, and
That's normal.
yeah,
That's normal.
I was quite shocked as to how difficult I found that. Yeah, quite difficult. Having to move my arms up in the air. Now, I've done that because apparently if you move your hands above your head, it opens up your lungs so that you can get more air into your lungs, and it circulates it a lot easier. So there's me, you can see like by the wrinkles on my forehead that I'm the faces I'm pulling, that I'm just desperate to get air in there, and I'm struggling. I'm thinking I've got the rest of this workout to do. I need to get air into my lungs at this point. So I'll just to how I'm feeling here. I can at this point feel my legs starting to twitch a little bit and starting to shake a little bit more.
If you watch the Insanity videos, some of these people are so flexible, it's unbelievable.
Pulled the mat forward just to move it off the back wall so it didn't move. So suicides, I'm pumped myself up. I'm thinking I can do this. I can absolutely smash this now. Come on. Form started off quite well in this. Quite well. Felt quite good as well. Felt quite good. Using the power to push up from the squat position into the sort of jack. That felt quite difficult because my legs had no energy. Like they were already shaking in the sort of stretches and stuff. So that one fantastic. And then you go on to mountain climbers. And mountain climbers, they're quite difficult really when you're moving. It's almost like being on a cross trainer, but not quite on a cross trainer. There's no bars kind of stuck in place. You're doing this free form, and you've got to basically do high knees, and you've got to sort of bring your hands up and down, so you're getting both parts of your body. You're getting lower and upper. So while my legs are already a bit shaky, and then I'm doing the upper body stuff, which is taking the air out of me. It's not great. So at this point, my legs just stopped doing ski abs. I'm never good at ski jumps anyway. I'm never good at them.
Bullshit.
But yeah, like not fantastic. Oh, look at this. This is bad.
I got my head in. That was difficult.
Yeah, so that's the first set of the first circuit. Switch to feet. I managed to get all of this done. Didn't have to take any breaks in this. This was in my head. I'm like, I want to quit. I want to stop, but I just couldn't. I was like, no, we're gonna smash it. You've just done the warm up. Warm up was so difficult. You get a break after this, and then you don't have to do this circuit again. You've already done this 3 times now. Let's smash it. So yeah, well, front and back, still going. Form's quite good. That arm. Sort of left arm could maybe come back a little bit further, but hey ho. Floor sprint, football sprints. Legs are meant to be a little bit more bent, a bit like you're an American football player. Turning feel like a fucking articulated lorry when I was doing the turns in this. The sprinting, while I was sprinting, wasn't too bad. It was as soon as I stopped and I tried to get air back in again that it drained me. And then the sprint at the end, a bit slower this time. You can hear me like hyping myself up, screaming, just trying actually like just get myself through it.
My God.
You can hear me then, oh my God, them gasps for air. Never get to that point and have that.
Give me a second now. Less cardio, more strength.
So at that point where I said, you know, it's less cardio in this next circuit and more strength, I thought, you know what, I should be able to do this. I should be okay at it, because obviously the cardio, doing sort of the more cardio based exercises, I'm having to get more air in and I'm gasping for air and stuff. So I thought, well, with the strength ones, it's just going to be sort of body, and I'm going to feel more aches and pains than sort of cardio. So I'm going to be able to do this, you know, to my normal standards. Oh boy, was I wrong. Now, normally on the basketball drills, normally I can get sort of 18 on each side. So 18 in the first set, 18 in the second set, then 9 and 9, sort of swapping the stances, switching the stances around. So normally I can get 18. And when I was counting in my head at this point, I'm pretty sure I got 15 or 16. It was one or the other, which it shows a deterioration just in that. And I was quite disappointed really in myself that I did that. But at the same time, you know, it can't be helped. Now, when I say they're more about strength, this is what I mean. So push-ups, mountain climber kind of, I don't know what you would call them. Floor sprints, I think. Floor sprints, that's the word. Push-ups, floor sprints, then you go on to ski abs and then in and out abs. And ski abs and in and out abs is always difficult anyway. Now, when you're sort of down here at this point, normally anyway, you've got kind of, you can feel sort of your chest working in more of an aching fashion. Now, because I was on the floor and because I'm still suffering a little bit with the symptoms from COVID, I could still, it's almost like laying upside down when you've got the flu or you've got a cold. Like, that's how I felt. I could feel like my nose was starting to fill up, my throat was starting to get more sore. That sick feeling came like all the way up to my head, like a massive head cold, which wasn't fantastic really. So you can see me taking a few breaks. I didn't actually account for that when I started doing this. I thought this bit was going to be the easiest, but it definitely was not. You can see I'm looking, at that point, I'm looking in disbelief. I'm like, oh my God, why am I feeling so crap? Like, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Now, I did worse at these than I did the first circuit, and honestly, I just don't understand how. Form's still good, but I'm just having to break all the time like that. I'm just exhausted. And another thing I didn't equate for was my shoulders, the aching that I had during actually having COVID from my joints and my muscles and stuff. That came back here. I'd barely done anything with my shoulders other than the press-ups to this point in the workout. And my shoulders are already feeling like I'm on the third set of the circuit. This is the first set of the circuit. Did not equate for that at all. Didn't think that was going to be a thing. But yeah, apparently my muscles and joints are still a little bit weak. Oh. Now, I feel like I did quite well on the in and outs here, because at this point I'm absolutely exhausted, I'm drained, but in my head I'm thinking I've just got to push through. I've got to get at least one set out here where I'm doing enough. And normally I take maybe 1 or 2 breaks. Definitely not now. I've had to open the door. We'll keep with the theme anyway, and we will watch the second set. We'll just skip to the third one. basketball drills again. Normally 9 on this side, 9 on the other. Again, I think I got 7 or maybe 6. Form's completely gone on my push-ups. Big breath, big breath. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Come on. Ah.
Come on, got to get in my head again there. Had to get in my head. Honestly, I've basically come to a standstill here. Every time I do just like a few, like my body just stops.
Fuck. Okay, hang on. Come on. Come on, push it now.
Oh my god. Okay, big breath, trying to push it through just to the end. This is 10 seconds. Come on, get the last 10. No, I couldn't do any more. Couldn't do any more. No, this is bad. The shoulders are in that bad that the jabs are just struggling. Still bringing my hands back to my face though, which is good form to have. Cross jacks was a bit of a break. That was welcomed. You know, a little bit less sort of momentum needed with my shoulders. More back into my legs again now. Onto uppercuts. I thought, do you know what? Rather than going for speed, I'm going to try and put power into these. And then all of a sudden I just lost the power halfway through. Lost it. Just couldn't physically do it.
I feel like I'm fighting there, but you guys don't understand me for slow motion punches.
The attack's always difficult anyway because it's a final exercise and you kind of, you know, in a squat position, you're using your entire body here, your entire abs, your legs, everything. But yeah, no, this just did not go well.
Anything. Never quite cardio.
I'm struggling to even speak. Oh my days. I don't think it was that bad. Look at that look of absolute dismay. Normally I can grab water, I just couldn't. I just fucking... Look at how exhausted I am. Yeah, you could, you know, anyway, you don't need to see the rest of the stretches really. You could see how much I was struggling in that. But yeah, not the greatest idea I've ever had, but kind of thought, you know what, I need to push myself through. But yeah, if you ever want to sort of see how it looks when someone's just on the kind of recovery from having COVID-19 and decides to do probably the most difficult workout out there, this is basically it. Be interested to see how I feel tomorrow. I've got power and resistance tomorrow, so I'll have to see how I get on with that. But yeah, this has been me doing insanity while having COVID. Not recommended. Don't do it. Recover. This has been Scott from Baker Fitness. Adios.